All right, we are less than a week and a half away from Chicago Marathon. I don't know how that's even possible, but we're here. I want to do 2 more episodes of No Time, so we're squeezing this one in this week. It's shortly after episode 7, so there won't be any tree time or Sabria time. But if you'd still like to donate to the St. Jude fundraiser, I'm obviously taking as many donations as possible on behalf of the kids. Would love to see that number go up because, as you know, first week of December, I'm going to be running a mile for every $1,000 raised on that campaign, and we are over a marathon distance now, so I will be running my first ultra thanks to you guys, thanks to sponsors, thanks to subscribers to the channel. I'm very excited about that, so just stay tuned for the next episode when we do a formal tree time. All right, just kidding. I got to do tree time. There are too many developments that happened between that last recording and right now posting. I'm donating 50 cents for every new subscriber on this series. Between last episode and this episode, there were 153 new subscribers, so I donated another $76.50 to the campaign. There was a bunch more money that came in for sponsorship contributions and incredible people like yourselves. And we are now at $30,942 at the time of recording this, which means the first week of December, I will be running 30.942 miles. A mile for every $1,000 raised on this fundraiser. Y'all are blowing my mind. This is the last week to contribute to this campaign before the race. I would love to see this number go. I raised the goal total. Let's see if we can get to $40,000, make me run 40 miles. And I may have chatted with St. Jude today, and I may be headed to Memphis to maybe run the St. Jude Marathon. I don't know, maybe. Huge shout out to Kaizen, who's been a sponsor on this series, as well as Bandit and Garden Cup. You all helped contribute to this campaign for changing the lives of kids and their families at St. Jude and St. Jude Hospital. Thank you so much for your generous donations, all of you. Can't thank you guys enough for the amount of money you've raised so far. Has blown my expectations out of the water. I'm so thrilled with it. And please, please keep being generous this last week. See how high this number can go. As for my training, you're gonna see this track workout. I'm the fittest I've ever been, ever. No doubt. My lactate threshold, these workouts, fastest I've ever gone, easiest it's ever felt at those speeds. I'm at the point where I can't look at the extended weather forecast because it just doesn't look great, and it just is what it is, and I just need to just keep going and tapering. I'm interested to see what you guys think, like what the time. Okay, here's something. Whole series is called No Time. What do you guys think I will run at Chicago Marathon? You see the extended weather forecast, you see what it could be, you know sort of the shape I'm in based off of the workouts that I've done. Please drop it in the comments. What do you think I'm going to run at the Chicago Marathon? Guessing game. I think I'm gonna run No Time. See what I did there? Some action items for Chicago Marathon. I am doing a shakeout run on Saturday morning with BPN and a couple of BPN athlete friends. We don't have the specific details yet, so just make sure you are following closely on my Strava and my Instagram. Instagram is floberg.runs. Strava, you can find me on, did I say Strava? Strava, you can find me on Floberg Runs. I'll be posting updates there, and I'll try to hit my email list as well, and I can link that as well in the description. Now, in a World Major Marathon, it's really hard to film these races, so that's where we ask for your help. If you are going to be out on the course, please, any kind of recording device, phone, DSLR, cinema camera, drone, maybe not drone, but just don't go on the course, please. Stay off to the side. If you have a spot to run alongside, that's cool. Just please don't step onto the road. We're going to respect that rule as well. But if you could do that for me, that makes these race videos incredible because there's perspectives all throughout the course from where all of you guys are. And if you could also do me a favor and film on your phone, if that's what you're doing, go horizontal. We want it in 16:9, not 9:16. This is for TikTok. This is for YouTube. Thank you. I love you all so much. All right, now let's go watch a workout at Montrose Track for the 228th time on this channel's history. My track workouts these days, I do my warm-up on the outside lane and I go clockwise because I do all of my reps counterclockwise in the same motion that everybody else works on the track. And this is just to give my body a little bit of alternation. Is that a word? basically to balance out, you know, not just turning left the entire time, but allowing my body and my muscles and my legs to experience a bit of right turning and moving to the right instead of just constantly moving to the left for the entire workout. And in this specific workout, I actually took my shoes off after the workout and ran barefoot on the turf, which felt really nice. It was almost like a massaging effect. It allowed my feet to breathe a bit more. And it's something I think I plan on doing for track workouts moving forward. Felt very, very good. Recently, a lot of people have been asking me what my shoe rotation is and what my shoe rotation was this entire block, what I'll be racing in Chicago. So let me just go break that down in the house real quick. Shoes, a topic I don't talk about very often because I don't feel like I'm very good at shoes. I actually haven't bought any shoes this entire block. I feel kind of guilty saying that. All these shoes were sent to me by the brands that you're about to see. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna not roast them if I didn't like them. So there's that. There are 9 different shoes here. We'll start with the first 5 trainers. We'll go worst to best. Clark gave me 2 pairs of Pumas that were not in his size. So this is the Velocity 4. Not the biggest fan, pretty narrow, pretty stiff. It's fine, easy miles in it. I definitely like the DV8 Nitro 3 more from Puma. Definitely softer, but still pretty narrow. I wouldn't do any speed in this really. I feel like it picks up towards the end of a run when I negative split. I usually negative split on easy runs. Next, the New Balance Rebel V5. I would say this is the most average shoe. It's like good for eating up miles. It doesn't feel supremely cushy. It doesn't feel wide. It doesn't feel snug. To me, it just feels kind of a running shoe. It's what it is. New Balance 1080Vs. These have transitioned into my baseball coaching shoes. As you can see, put a ton of miles on these. Love these things. Super snug fit, which I had to get used to at first, but it feels like it's hugging your foot. Premium cushion. Love the ride. Love this shoe for a daily trainer. My favorite was the Skechers Aero Burst. I absolutely adore the shoe. I put almost 400 miles on it, and it feels like it probably should be done by now. So much cushion. It's pretty heavy, but I felt like I could pick up in it. I think it has like some sort of plate in it, but adore this shoe, which is crazy. I did not think I would, but I did. And then for carbon, this block, I used old Alphafly 3s. So I did actually buy this one. I raced Indy in this, and it's just transitioned into a workout shoe along with my other pair of Alphafly 3s. Not the biggest fan of this shoe. I feel like they're really clunky, and I feel like they're kind of cheaply made. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of wear and tear on the bottom. I've seen other people's completely fall apart. The Hoka Cielo 1.0 X1. I actually really like this shoe. It's a lot of fun. I wouldn't race in it. It's very like rockery. It rocks like crazy. It feels super weird the first time you put it on. Super plush, super cushy. It's fast. It's a decent workout shoe. I used it for a lot of long runs and some long run workouts. And then I raced in the Adios Pro 4s in McCurdy this spring. I bought that pair, and Adidas actually reached out to give me 2 more pairs. So I did 1 workout on this, as you see in this video. So I've only put this pair through that. This is the race shoe, the all white Adios Pro 4s. Love this. Carbon rods in the shoe, not a carbon plate. It's narrow, it's cushy. It's kind of hard to turn on corners. So on a wet day, on a sketchy weather day, it might be dicey, but I love this shoe. I love how it looks, I love how it feels. And I'm not super particular about my race shoe. I would love to try the new Puma Fast R3s. I think that's next for what I'll buy. But I'm gonna race Chicago in these, that's my choice. Ran Hidden Gem in them, got the half PR in them. Love this shoe. Those are all the shoes for the block. I gotta say, just thank God for leaves, you know?
Sometimes, so back to 99. I don't wanna wake up from this dream. Can we just drive back down the street? I don't wanna waste this time now. I can see you staring back at me.
Something I talked about in an early episode of this series that I took very seriously this entire block was that I wanted my workout days, my Wednesday workouts at the track doing tempo work to be true threshold work and not to be pushing past threshold into VO2 max or that more top end zone like zone 5, 4 to 5, but rather in that zone 3 to 4 setting and being really disciplined and not going too hard. That's something that I've struggled with in the past. And I almost feel like I burned matches and became too fatigued in training blocks where I had to skip days or take a rest day or got sick even. I didn't get sick at all this training block. So I'm hoping that can shed some light into your training if that's where you're at right now. The interesting part of this though is that when I did my sub 3 attempt 3 years ago, I did a good amount of VO2 max or critical velocity work, faster, shorter reps, faster than the speed I was running, much faster than the speed I was planning on running the marathon in. It was almost some of the same type of speed that I'm doing now, just in shorter distances. And that got me really fit really fast, but I was doing half of the volume. Now, all these weeks in this block have been 90 to 100 miles a week. And back in that Chicago build, I was in the 45 to 55 mile a week rhythm. So now if I ever work on VO2 max work, that top end speed, it's gonna be in a time of periodization where I'm going for a faster time in a shorter distance. So this winter, I might toy with the idea of running a 5K race or a couple 5K races. And that means I would do more of that top end speed at the track faster than this threshold stuff that you're seeing in this workout, but I would be doing it in 200 meter repeats, 300 meter repeats, 400 meter repeats, much shorter distances on the reps. The idea of that is that you push the ceiling on your top end speed and allows you to have a bigger ceiling for your threshold moving forward into another marathon block. That's what periodization is. The other part of doing threshold work like this and having an RPE or rate of perceived exertion around the 8 out of 10 mark. A lot of these workouts I was 8 to 8.5 out of 10 on the effort scale, where I was pretty out of breath at the end of the rep, but after a few walking strides and catching my breath, I was pretty much recovered already. So that's very different than track workouts in the past and in past blocks where I was folded over, bending down, laying down, fully gutted, fully gassed. And that's what I didn't want to do on any given track workout in the middle of the week or long run workout in this block. And because I did that in the middle of the week, every single week, it gave me the ability to get up at 90 and above 90 miles a week and carry that volume while still having really quality intensity and giving me the ability to sustain that aerobic level of fitness when I'm trying to run 540 to 545 a mile for the entire marathon. No injuries, no sickness, none of that stuff this block. And that was attention to detail on sleep as well and nutrition. Definitely dialed those things in way better this block. Let's go, guys. Didn't feel great, but it was very fast. a bit faster than prescribed, but it felt really controlled. It was like a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Didn't ever feel like going to the well at all, which is perfect. So biggest thing now is to really take it easy the next 3 days and prep for the 23-mile workout. But we're in a good place. I've been having lower back pain for like the past 3 weeks after gym. Everybody roasts me on my form for the RDLs for good reason. I feel like that's what kind of tweaked my back right after gym. I lifted that evening, and then yeah, it's just, we have an old mattress. We just got a new mattress. It feels like that's not helping. And I don't feel like I'm fully recovering. I mean, all the high mileage can't be helping either. But hopefully, new mattress, more rest, a taper, we'll take care of it. It's not a huge problem. I'm just more worried. I was telling Cyrus, I'm more worried about it like seizing up in the late miles of the race. So hopefully it'll get down to a 1 out of 10 or 0 out of 10 pretty soon. All right, 2-mile cool down, we're done.
Out today?
What? Yes. Shout out Joey. Joey Muccio. Love you, Joey. I think the funniest part of this morning's footage is I filmed myself putting in my contacts and I tried to hold back a fart and it just went. I'm by myself cracking up. Oh wait, hey Cyrus. You ever heard of overnight oats? It's so hard for me to stay settled in the last few weeks before a race, and as the banners go up in Chicago and downtown Chicago and all the hype starts intensifying, I need to remind myself that I have to get calm during the taper and to refocus, because it's easy to let your mind play tricks on you and thinking you're not fit enough, you're not running as much mileage as you were. You start seeing numbers go down on the predictions and all these crazy things, but you have to trust that process. And one thing I want to leave you guys with, whether you're in the middle of your training block or you're racing Chicago next weekend, whatever the case is, that you have to constantly ask yourself this question. If you're training for the marathon seriously, do you want your PBs to be in your workouts and on Strava? Or do you want your PB to be out on the race course? It's something I'm constantly asking myself, and not pushing too hard in my weeks of training, but pushing in an intelligent way so that when race day comes, I can perform my best at my peak. Every single race the past 3 years has been a new benchmark PB for my peak race, and I hope that this one's the same. It looks like it's going to be. So I guess we'll find out in no time. Good? Cool?